The Mandalorian and Grogu is arguably the worst thing that Disney Lucasfilm could have done this year. This one's gonna suck. Renegade Online. Okay. Yeah. This is why I don't normally do movie reviews on this channel. And I'm not really going to do that here except to tell you that I think that The Mandalorian and Grogu is a complete waste of your time, and the roughly $20 on average probably it's going to cost you to go see it. This is nothing more than a bloated Disney Plus show moved onto the big screen that Disney can charge you a premium to go catch. Wait for this thing to show up on Disney Plus. I cannot tell you emphatically enough that basically nothing happens in this movie. There's nothing to advance Star Wars. There's nothing to really even advance the characters of Mando and Grogu. This is quite literally The Mandalorian and Grogu fetch quest boogaloo. That's all this is. Stay home, save your time. Now, if you're a big Mando fan and you love Grogu and you think it's cute, then you'll probably sit through this movie and enjoy it and think the money was worth it. But for most of the folks out there, this is probably not going to be your cup of tea, especially if you are a detached and forgotten Star Wars fan, you know, us Gen Xers out there, and you've been waiting for something big to come back to the big screen to get you excited about Star Wars again. This movie is not for you.
Wow, that was the worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
It's funny enough, if you just go on Twitter right now and you search empty theaters, you're going to get a bunch of Mandalorian and Grogu Thursday night preview screenings showing up with stuff like this. Yeah, there's nobody there. Or how about this? There's nobody here. And yet there's more from people we know. Here's our boy Jay, Drunk 3PO, there with a lot of the other geeks and gamers, boys and girls out there. And yeah, I don't think they were there all that early. And how about this from yours truly? At the time the movie was starting, it didn't really change after that, but the theater, and this is an IMAX theater in the New Orleans area. Yeah, an IMAX theater that was maybe 25, maybe 30% capacity.
Is there anyone alive out there?
Like I said, there's not a whole lot to review here because nothing really happens. This quite literally is the season 4 of Mando, which was assuredly going to be another series of fetch quests, just like everything leading up to this, put on the big screen for a $20 premium. So what am I going to talk about here? What's the most important takeaway from this? Simple. The Wall Street boys and girls out there had better wake the hell up. And I actually think that the dismal box office performance that is incoming this weekend for The Mandalorian and Grogu, now getting pulled down by some prognosticators out there to hopefully hit 150 million globally, when 160 plus was in the cards just a few days ago, ought to be a wake-up call. Something has to be done. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy might be gone, but the guy who replaced her as at least the co-studio head, Dave Filoni, is really little if no better at all. And this is going to become the Filoni vision of Star Wars very quickly, which means tonight's movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, the worst crime that it committed was lowering the already paltry, terrible expectations of the largesse of the Star Wars fandom, at least the ones that still remain. And this will bode ill for any future Star Wars film that dares to come to the big screen again. Even the Ryan Gosling Starfighter film that's due to come out a year from now. Don't tell me for a second that a movie like The Mandalorian and Grogu is not going to have some level of adverse impact on the box office for that one even 12 months from now. It will. Star Wars fans have been starving for something good for a very, very long time, And I think The Mandalorian and Grogu was arguably the worst decision that the Walt Disney Company could have made to put into theaters at such a tenuous time for this $4 billion investment that Disney made back in 2012 that still really has yet to see any serious return upon.
Not in my house.
You've seen this before. We covered this in a previous video, but I want to remind everybody out there that it's not just the nearly $300 million total CapEx, thanks to Disney shareholders, between the production and marketing of this film. It's what kind of additional damage this is going to do to any future theatrical endeavors coming from Filoni film, Kennedy film, Lucasfilm. Damn it.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.